Good morning, students. Glad to be back with a lesson after a long time. You'll had quite a big long break, but now we are back with serious studies. We continue grammar, and this time we will do nouns, countable and uncountable nouns. I'll read and then I'll explain. Countable nouns. Countable nouns are for things we can count using numbers. They have a singular and a plural form. The singular form can use the determiner a or an. If you want to ask about the quantity of a countable noun, you ask how many combined with the plural countable noun. Example: rose, eggs, girl, bench, pen, chair, etc. Okay. Now when you're talking of a countable noun, it's something that you can count by mentioning any number. Yes, see, it may be one pen, two pens, or it could even be 1 dozen, 2 dozen. Whatever you're talking of one pen or you're talking of 1 dozen, but you're using a number over there. Such nouns are called as countable nouns because you can count them. Yes, you can count them in the form of numbers. And if you're talking of just one of these, you will generally say a pen or an egg. You'll use the determiner or article a or an. If you're asking of more than one, that's when you will ask how many. You will ask how many when you're talking of countable. Okay, like how many pens do you want? Then you say I want one pen, two pens, or 1 dozen or 2 dozens of them. Clear? Now we go to the next one, that's uncountable. Uncountable, by the name itself, you can understand that you cannot count it, and especially you cannot count it in the form of numbers. You can measure it. Okay, so that's why you generally ask how much. You will not ask how many, but you will say how much. So like for example, if you're talking of rice, you will not say how many rice you want, because you're not going to count one rice, two rice. Are you going to, if someone asks you for rice, are you going to put one grain of rice at a time? No. You are going to give maybe a spoonful of rice, a cupful of rice, a kilo of rice. Clear? That's what you are, a plate full of rice. You are going to measure it using something like either a spoon, either a plate, either a weight. That's how you're going to measure it. That's why you will ask how much and not how many. Okay, let's read. Uncountable nouns are for the things that we cannot count with numbers. They may be the names for abstract ideas or qualities, or for physical objects that are too small or too amorphous to be counted, like liquids, powders, gases, etc. Now, what do you mean by amorphous? Amorphous are things that have no particular shape. Like for example, you talk of milk. Milk is neither round nor square or rectangular in shape. Yes, it has no particular shape. That's why even powders, they have no particular shape. Gas, it has no particular shape. So such things are called amorphous. Them you cannot count them. Yes, you can maybe have milk, which is a liquid, maybe in a bottle, in a glass, a spoon, a liter, right? So you are going to measure it, as I just told you, measure it using something, with the help of something. You're going to measure it with the help of something. Okay, let's read. Uncountable nouns are used with a singular verb. They usually do not have a plural form. So even though there are many grains of rice in a kilo, but still all that 1 kilo is counted as one unit. Okay, so that's why they are generally used as singular. Okay, see the examples: water, rice, salt, advice, fun, heat. So okay, now each of these, water, you cannot count it, you can measure it. That's why generally you will say give me some water. You will say give me a liter of water, a glass of water, a bottle of water. Same thing with the rice. You will say maybe a kilo of rice, a plateful of rice, a spoonful of rice. Salt, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of salt. Clear? A pinch of salt. That's a very small, what you all say in Hindi, chimta, small chimti bhar, okay, or handful of salt, mut bhar, okay. Advice, you say give me some advice because this is something you cannot even see. Yes, then you will not say give me a advice or give me an advice. Okay, you can ask someone for an advice when you're asking for someone about one particular thing, but generally you will say give me some advice. Okay. Okay, we had fun. So see, you cannot measure, you cannot say I had one fun, two fun, but you can say we had lots of fun. Yes. Okay. Then heat, the same way, it is either very hot or very cold. You cannot really say one cold and two cold. Okay, we cannot use a and with these nouns. To express a quantity of an uncountable noun, use a word or expression like some. I just told you all, some, a lot of, much, a bit of, a great deal of, or else use an exact measurement like a cup of, a bag of, 1 kilo of, 1 liter of, a handful of, a pinch of, an hour of, a day of. Okay, if you want to ask about the quantity of an uncountable noun, you ask how much. So when you uncountable noun, you will ask how much, countable noun, you will ask how many. Okay, now when you're talking of uncountable nouns, all of these things like the rice, the salt, all of these you can use singular, but how and when? I'll just explain them to you. Okay, when you're saying rice, you will say, if you want to say, talk about one single rice, you will say a grain of rice. You're talking of one single salt, you will say a grain of salt. You're talking of hair. Hair also, you are never going to say count your hair. Are you counting your hair? Can you say how many hair you have on your head? No, that's why it's never in the plural. You never say hairs, you will always say hair, because always you have, everyone has lots of hair on their head. They don't have hairs on their head, they have hair on their head. Okay, if you want to talk of one hair, you will say a strand of hair. Okay, same way, you know kesar, saffron, you will say, when you either put a pinch of saffron in your milk, or you put a pinch of saffron in your glass of whatever sweets, or you put a strand of saffron, that is one single, which is like a small piece of hair. Correct. Okay, there are other things also where you cannot really count, like grass. When you look at grass, there are lots of grass, there is lots of grass, but you cannot say one grass and two grass. You say there is lots of grass growing, or there is no grass growing, the grass is growing in scanty. Okay, but if you want to talk of one grass, you will say a blade of grass, a blade of grass. Same thing even when you are saying sheep, deer, you never say talk of one or two. They are always, the singular is also sheep, the plural is also sheep. Same way, singular is also deer, plural is also deer. The reason being because you will always find sheep in a big flock, in large numbers, deer in large numbers. You never find a single deer, you'll never find a single sheep walking around unless it's lost. They will always be in a big group. So when you're looking at them, the whole group look like one. That's why you say even for one, you will say one sheep, and more than one also you will say many sheep, not sheeps. One deer, many deer, not deers. Clear? Okay. Now your exercise. I've kept it easy for you all. You just have to mention whether they are countable or uncountable. Now remember what the questions you have to ask. Ask how much or how many. If it's answering how many and you're getting the number, then it is countable. If it's not, you're not getting a number, then it is uncountable. That's, you have to ask how much. I'll read the sentences. The children fell asleep quickly after a busy day of fun. You have to write your question, write your answer on the next line, and leave a line and write the next question. Okay? Be careful, the water is deep. See, can you say how many water? No. So that is the way you have to ask your question. The parade included fire trucks and police cars. We liked the large bottles of mineral water. My mother uses real butter in the cakes she bakes. Next, how many politicians does it take to pass a simple law? Most kids like milk, but Joey hates it. Eighth one, most pottery is made of clay. Michael can play several different musical instruments. Last one, I was feeling so stressed that I ate an entire box of cookies. Now this lesson is quite easy. So see that you complete the lesson, and also if you do not understand, do listen to the video and listen to my explanation and read the notes, and do write the notes in your grammar notebook. At least read this lesson at least twice. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, you can message me. Thank you and have a nice day.